Update 1 on Tropical Cyclone Seroja, which has become a life-threatening situation despite its status as a tropical storm on the Saffir-Simpson hurricane scale. It's located at 10.8 degrees south, 122.4 degrees east. As of right now, we have it with winds of 60 miles an hour, a pressure of 987 millibars, and it is moving west-southwest at 7 miles an hour. It may be a tropical storm and may not have a CDPS, but unfortunately this storm has already claimed 40 people. Here is where it is located as of 11 a.m. Central Indonesia time, winds of 60 miles an hour as previously mentioned, and it does have a relatively small wind field with winds extending 90 miles an hour to the northwest as well as smaller distances outside of that. 60 miles away from Kupang, 506 miles away from Broome, 709 from Port Hedland, 787 from Karatha, and 951 from Exmouth, which will likely be the closest approach from this storm. That is 136 kilometers from Kupang, 814 from Broome, 1141 from Port Hedland, 1268 from Karatha, and 1530 from Exmouth. It is possible that Seroja passes dangerously close to Exmouth, which is why that city has been noted here, despite it being close to 1,000 miles. Here is where we stand in terms of the intensities: 60 miles an hour for both Force 13 and the Bureau of Meteorology, as well as the Joint Typhoon Warning Center going slightly below with winds of 50 miles per hour at this time. That is probably going to increase soon. Here's the cone made by our very own Ethan Bruning. We are now forecasting a Category 3 peak on the Saffir-Simpson scale, a Category 4 on the Australian scale with winds of 115 miles an hour before it slowly begins to weaken, while remaining a dangerous threat to those in northwestern Australia, specifically areas like Exmouth. Although of course final forecasts aren't to be determined yet due to the interaction it could be having with 27S nearby. Here are sea surface temperatures around Seroja. We have very high temperatures, 29 to 30 degrees Celsius waters, which are very conducive for the storm's future and why we do think that this storm could achieve major status. And that's where we look at the future intensity. Most models now bring it up to upper end Category 2 or Category 3, although CTSCX does go a little brave, going for a Category 4 peak. Deep layer shear is going to remain a little bit high for now, but by the time we get to the 7th and 8th, that will be lower, and that will be the peak of when this storm strengthens. Sea surface temperatures will be remaining conducive. Mid-level humidity, that will be increasing before slowly decreasing by the 9th. And of course, we will be expecting a southwestern before south track. Here is what we're looking on satellite imagery at the moment. It is starting to look better there. Spiral bands starting to form, although it's looking to remain a bit disorganized as it begins its intensification process. Here's what we will have it on water paper. Slowly starting to look better, although most of its strengthening will be as we enter the early week. Although I must reiterate this, it does not take a large cyclone to bring casualties and damage as shown by what Seroja has displayed the last few days. Over 40 casualties so far, and it's only a 60 mile an hour storm. As always, there will be more updates to come.